and highly organized. What's up, everyone? We are back from like a week and a half long hiatus on this channel. Just got back from a road trip back to my hometown in Louisiana, and then we went to the Bell County Comic Con, and that was always fun. Tardy and homosexual. Yeah, I know. Because while we are doing the intro, I was like, I should really have headphones in. And then my pair that I normally use isn't within arm's length. So if I have to hear the audio, y'all have to hear the audio. What's up? Oh, we've got tons. They're just not in the vicinity right now. All right, we can go grab them, please. What's up, Wayfair? Good to see you again, man. From the Philippines. Yes, please like the stream. I just want to checking in with everybody. The channel is fixing to ramp right back up again. We're going to start hitting videos like every day, like 5-6 times a week. Once again, go back to my normal schedule, sometimes 2 or 3 times in one day. But I figured since we got back and I got a little bit of rejuvenation from going to Comic-Con, seeing Eric and Iconic Comics and talking to a whole lot of people that were up there, they're like, it's about time to get back to the channel. So what did I miss? Well, a lot of the stuff that we have on today's list, I have not seen on Geeks and Gamers Daily or heard anyone talk about. So that's what we're going to go through. But first, let me not forget the beautiful people that have come by and already given likes. We got Lex. We got Sergeant Giratina. We have Miss Deborah Perkins, that little peach. You remember her, right? Heck yeah. Wonderful woman. Saw the Wayfarer come in. You probably don't know who this is, but I've never met him in real life. However, he is a great supporter of the things, in this sphere of the internet, this community. Great to see you. Voice Protagonist is here. What's up, man? Good to see you. Good to be back. Good to be back in the seat. There will probably be some difficulties along the way because I've been out of pocket for so long. And I say so long, it's been like 9 days, but a long time. This ain't like riding a bike, even though I have been doing it for over a year now. Anyway. Look, she's talking to you now. Hi. If we want to just get, okay, so the big one, the centerfold, hopefully not ever a centerfold, but the centerpiece of the thumbnail, we're going to save that for maybe 1 or 2 topics down the line. But we can get things rolling with just something. With Freakier Friday coming out, Lindsay Lohan obviously is going to be in the spotlight again because her and Jamie Lee Curtis, and now that they're coming out with a new sequel, what has been 20 years in the making. I believe Freaky Friday came out in 2005. It was very early on in her career when she was just becoming like an adult. She is admitting that it's frustrating being pigeonholed by past roles. Give me the chance. You had the chance. If she's talking about when she was a child actress, she's had the chance. I know maybe a lot of people don't look back at it fondly, but when she went through her horror phase, it was called I Know Who Killed Me, where everything was blue, including the Xbox controllers, because they thought they were being artistic. And then her twin lost the leg, and it was a very crazy and convoluted plot that actually made no sense, but it was supposed to be an art house horror flick. She's done all kinds of stuff, much less turning to the Muslim faith and whatever she did with that. Well, she gave that up pretty quickly. Well, she turned lesbian and got married. Well, she gave that up pretty quickly. She went on crack cocaine and all kinds of meth. Well, she gave that up too, apparently, hopefully. And she's saying, give her a chance. She looks like now. That is what she looks like now. Just wait till I show you what Pamela Anderson looks like now. But hey, that's to be expected because she's an older actress. However,
Lindsay Lohan's like the same age as us.
Yeah, she's around our same age. Well, my same age, not you. You're like a little bit younger. But anyway, she's opening up about her feelings of being pigeonholed by roles she's played in the past as a long-standing actress in the entertainment industry. She's not really that long-standing because she hasn't done something in a long time. Now, when she was probably like 8 or 9 years old, well, actually, if she's my age, she would have been 10 years old. In 1998's The Parrot Trap, when she was 12, there we go. She's older than me. Lohan's career skyrocketed. And then she did Freaky Friday. Mean Girls still holds up to this day. That musical crap that they did last year, absolutely terrible. And she wasn't a part of it
What's the one
anyway.
that Megan Fox was in?
One that Megan Fox was in, I have no idea. In a Saturday profile with the Times UK, Lohan admitted that she wanted to take a minute to herself from 2013 until 2022. That is a hot minute right there. But I guess getting sober takes a lot longer than you think it actually does. Know that from experience. I'm not actually trying to, belittle people who go down a bad path and then try to get sober. That's actually admirable. I was losing that feeling of excitement about doing a film because you had slept with everyone in Hollywood, including Charlie Sheen. That list, I don't know if y'all remember that. That was released to the public back when scandals like that were a thing. And I wanted to live my own life for a bit, figure out how to have a more private life, a real life. Did she get a real job? Did she get a husband where she could have a real job cooking and cleaning for his house? I wanted to get that itch again. She's had plenty of itches. Golly, why is this all going down the STD road? Because she put it on herself. She was a grown-ass woman. She was a grown-ass adult whenever she made all of these choices. So don't even say, like, give me a shot. You've had plenty of shots. Now you have to work your way back up from the bottom, from the dregs where you put yourself. You can't blame that on anybody else. You might could blame it on your agent because of the roles that you've been offered and have chosen to take. But anyway, she's got an upcoming Hulu drama, Count My Lies, of which there are many because she's female, where she will star and produce. Still, when reflecting on it, she says she feels pigeonholed. You shouldn't feel pigeonholed, especially when you had that kind of money and meteoric rise to fame. Now, the only thing that I can say against this is if, while she was a minor, her parents had complete control of all her financial activities. That's the only thing I can say about that. But as far as roles go, once she hit 18, she chose plenty of roles that were, let's say, less than savory, not only for her as an actress, but also for her as the public perception of her. She chose to do that all on her own. So it's not up to us to give her a second chance. It's up to her to work her way back up so that if she gets that next second break, if she is actually fixed and does something really good and shows some artistry and something that we actually want to see, is like, okay, you know what? You did good on this one. And not even saying fans, but just like the general populace will give you a second chance, but you have to put up or else shut up. I love doing romantic comedy because nobody wants to hit on me in real life, because that's where my home is. And I feel like where my fans want to see me, but I'd like to take on some things that are different. Maybe find something that's an action-packed film, just really show people a different side of me. Well, I mean, like I said, you're going to have to wine and dine the right people. You're going to have to show that you are ready for the part. You are ready for what's to come. If you want this to happen in your career, you have to go talk to certain people, make certain deals, prove that you're a decent actress and not just, once upon a daydream, a semi-precocious kid that had big tits at a smaller age. You should have stuck to your laurels and saved your money with Herbie Fully Loaded and Mean Girls, and you probably should have stuck with that for a little bit until you were over that little like mid-20s crisis that a lot of young women have, especially in Hollywood, where they don't know what they're doing because they're constantly being shepherded around by people like Harvey Weinstein. That's what you should have done. But if you have anything to say, I'll start reading the comics now. That part of the video is over.
She was in a Hallmark movie last year, I think, or maybe it was just straight to Netflix, but it was some Christmas love story. So she got a rom-com.
Well, she said according to this article, she said she really liked it. Also, what I want to say about this, the reason why I think she's doing this interview and saying these things is because she's trying to get attention from people who will hire her for different roles. I don't know. I think the PR move is not really a great one. I think she should be doing this behind the scenes and like letting her work speak for her, but that's just a man's perspective. In my opinion. Miss Deborah, you saucy lass. Yeah, that's one of those things. If I clip this out for a video later, that's one of those things. Little tongue flubs. I'm not going to. I'm not going to edit that out. Loanne could have been a megastar in High Roller or Last the Fight. Yes, 100% agree. She had everything set out for her. She was on the way to the top. She actually made it way close to the top. And then she fell into that, rock star lifestyle. It's sad, but it happens way more often than it doesn't happen. And that's why we have to keep people like Henry Cavill, who's British, so he really didn't grow up in it. So he was kind of sheltered from it until he was a mature adult as well. But like, there's a lot of people, these child stars, they grow up and they're all severely damaged. Not the STD road. Yes, the STD road. That's why she longs for that itch. She's been clean for too long. The doctors cleaned it up. So many salves and ointments and creams. And now she's like, you know what? It kind of felt good sometimes to just reach your hand down your crotch. It happens.
No, it does not.
Come on now. Okay, obviously this is adults only. Guys will know this. Sometimes, you know what happens down there, and sometimes you just want to reach your hands down your pants and like just tug on things, move them around a little bit, and you're just like, yeah, I'm doing it too much. And then you have to go wash your hands. Things get sweaty. Sometimes things get itchy. We're in the South. This happens.
Maybe you should take a shower.
It still happens. It happens in the shower, even after you exfoliate.
Who exfoliates their balls?
Well, before you shave them, you don't have to. Reach the hand where? You know where, Lex. And we are taking a dark turn very early. It happens. Okay, I want to save that for later because that's like 4 tabs worth of stuff. What else can we laugh at? I've done some shit, but I don't feel the need to scratch. Just saying. Oh, it's not from intercourse. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, you get them swamp nuts or something like that. Kind of just want to let things air out, and you find yourself playing with yourself. It happens.
It just happens.
As long as you don't have a bag of Cheetos in your left hand while you're eating it, like, well, that's the trailer park dream. Saving what for later? Some of our articles. See, there's only like 4 or 5 different topics, but some of them have like 3 or 4 tabs attached to them. So they're probably going to take a little bit longer. And we're still just easing into this stream. So what do you call them in the Philippines? That's what I want to know. You know what I'm talking about. Where it's so hot and humid that like you can't help but sweat in certain places. Don't throw up. This is now a medical podcast. Just kidding. Pretty aggressive. Well, I don't really like mince words. If you know anything about me, not too big on that. I like saying things that make me laugh, but are also factually true. It's a fact of life. Ain't that right?
I've only been right 12 times.
That's correct.
I haven't gotten another one.
Yeah.
Not this week.
Lex, ever since Dallas, she still has not gotten one more.
I'm going to put on my whiteboard. It's been this many days since I've been right.
You know what? Maybe you should. Maybe it'll be like a little...
Hang it up in the bathroom as like a motivator.
Yeah.
Some inspirational quotes.
It'll be inspirational to be like, I need to be right about something today. But maybe I shouldn't try to argue things that are quite clearly wrong. What do you think? No, you're going to do it anyway. It happens. Itchy pair of boiled... In translation, we call it itchy pair of boiled eggs. See, I feel like... What's up, Justin? Good to see you, man. I feel like that's even more crazy than just calling them swamp nuts.
Sounds like they sell that at Buc-ee's. They do. Bucky's nuts.
They might have swamp
They
nuts at Bucky's.
probably do.
Miss Deborah, thank you for coming out. Thank you for showing up at all and hitting the like button and everything that you do. It was great to meet you. Going to dinner, just wanted to stop by and say hello. We love you too, Miss Deborah. We'll catch you around somewhere in this sphere of the internet. We're going to stay around for a long time, God willing, until I say a bunch of F slurs in one of these articles we have to pull up. But for now, let's move on to the next one. And this is not going to be like video mode kind of topic, but it's something that I did want to bring up so that we could talk about it. Stephen Colbert. Now, a couple weeks ago, he had that little thing where he was doing his little boohoo parade that late night is getting canceled. He's not getting replaced. The entire show is getting canceled in a year. And I want to keep that on everybody's mind. In a year. They still have a year left, an entire season left before he's gone. But now he's guest starring on a CBS crime comedy, Elsbeth. Now, this has been in production for a while, so they knew who was going to do it. But first thing that I want to say, Stephen Colbert is taking his hosting skills to another CBS property. It's not his hosting skills. It's his acting skills. And the only thing that he can act at is being a talk show host. Now, we've seen that in real life. He has to have the script in front of him in order to do anything well. When they did that little thing during COVID with the four of them, the late night folks, it was John Oliver, Fallon, Kimmel, and Colbert. And when they didn't have the script and all the production behind them, they completely failed. They couldn't even make small talk, much less talk about any kind of news that was going on. So it's not his hosting skills. It's more like his teleprompter reading skills, much like Obama. The Late Show helmsman will guest star in an upcoming episode of the crime series, appearing as a late night frontman because that's all he knows. That's literally it. Now, no one has come up for comment, but it's unknown how it'll fit into the weekly mystery. So it is like just a weekly thing. I've never heard of this show. But here's what I want to see. If he actually does flex his quote-unquote acting chops, because the only other thing that I know him from where he had a significant role was Strangers with Candy. That was a long time ago before he was even famous. Way Late with Scotty Bristol. Now, if you know anything about Stephen Colbert, you know how he talks and everything like that. Late Night with Scotty Bristol kind of makes you think that, he's going to have to put on some kind of accent. And I hope they go with that. I hope we get to see him stumble over his words way more than me when I've had a couple too many Coors Lights. Because he doesn't have a speech impediment. I do. And I make it worse. But that's because I choose to. Hell yeah. I don't think there's much more to this article. I just thought it was hilarious to me that while he's bitching and moaning about getting canceled, he's still just like trying to, well, I'm also going to be a talk show host on a one-off TV show. Do you have any thoughts about this?
I'm reading the next paragraph.
Well, we can get to that, but like, do you have any thoughts about what I've already said?
No.
No. Nothing rolling around up there.
Never is.
Okay. So here's something else funny about this article. We'll just keep on going, I guess. The only reason why he is on this is because he tried to pitch himself to one of the actors that came on his show a few months ago. That's the only reason why he got the guest role, because he was like, hey, can I be on your show? Like, and then they started talking behind the scenes. He is basically the unwritten rule of when you're in someone else's chat, don't shill your own stuff without their permission. That's exactly what he did. He shilled himself to someone who was on a promotional tour and was like, hey, you should come take me there. Here, let me get your number and let's talk about that. Like that's just bad form, bad practice. But what else can you expect from these absolute crazy people? And during the interview, the late night host said he had asked CBS to play a corpse on one of the network's crime procedurals. Upon hearing this, he offered to help. That's not what happened whatsoever. I'm not saying this that I know, but I can guarantee that he didn't want to play some dead guy.
That's
unless
acting. just gotta lay there.
Yeah, he that's not what he wanted. Not someone who's getting paid that much money. Not someone who knew that coming down the pipe was his firing. No, this is just a story that he spun up. So now we know that he's as bad at writing as his writers are for the show, which is why it's getting canceled. And he said, I can make that happen. I know a guy who knows a guy. Yeah, this is horrible writing, and this is not what happened whatsoever. Not one bit. I don't buy that. Golly, I wouldn't buy that for a Filipino peso. Take care, Wayfair. I know you're always working at this time. Guess which?
Which
hole is he carrying the nutsack in? I shouldn't have said that. We already know his lips are pushed in. We know where they're holding it. Let's see. Is there any more to get out of that? No, there's no more. I think the biggest part of that, like, quite honestly, is that all they do is bitch and complain while making like tens of millions of dollars, if not per episode, per year. Like, you have a steady job and everything, and they use that as a pedestal and a platform to just blow this drivel all over the American audience and then wonder why it blows up in their face when no one wants to hear it or listen to it anymore. And then as soon as they like start to skim the water and skim down to the rocks and the shallows, then they start begging out for help from everyone else. Well, I made all these connections, all these people that I've talked to. Well, I know a guy who knows a guy. It's like, oh, great. Because they have the need to stay relevant. It's not, and that's really what it is. It's more like hubris and ego. It has nothing to do with making a living by that point anymore. And that's the kind of shit that disgusts me. Now, if you still have a calling and people still love you and everything like that, like, yeah, keep going for as long as people want you. When people don't want you anymore, like, you should have, at the height and the apex of your career, you should have been saving, investing, putting all kinds of money aside, making plans for the future, because especially as a public figure, it is all ephemeral. It's not going to last forever. You will drop off a cliff at some point. Why have you not made plans for that from the first 10 million that you made? Because the reason why I throw out 10 million is because he was making way more than that and has been for over a decade. Should have made plans, brother. And you shouldn't have licked the corporate dick. What was that look? Mine's not corporate.
It's a mom and pop shop here. Keep coughing in my face. Last time I was on that side, you coughed on that side. Now I'm on this side, and you're coughing on this side.
At least I muted it. I'll do that next time.
No, you won't.
It's habit. It's habit because, no, when I normally do videos, I'm here by myself, and then if I have to go off, I go that way. It's
Okay,
further
but what
away
happened
from
last time when I was over there.
I don't know. It may have been an undercover bias. Oh man, do we need a palate cleanser before we go into straight
Palette cleanser?
It's not up on their screen yet. Here's a palate cleanser. Okay, I was going to save this for last because there's no article as of yet associated with it. There probably has been one in the last 2 hours, but I haven't looked. So we all know with The Last Conjuring coming out, the Ed and Nancy Warren, their famous and possibly infamous stories. A lot of people debate whether or not anything that they said or reported on actually happened, if it was all just smoke screens and, you know, kind of like gypsy stuff where they would make things up and people are so gullible that they would believe it. However, there are a lot of these artifacts that do in fact exist, whether or not you believe or anything like that. since they have then passed on. Comedian Matt Rife. Now, if y'all don't know anything about this guy, he's like one of the youngest up and coming comics, and he's actually really freaking funny. He got in trouble. Okay, not actual trouble, but he got in Hollywood trouble because people were saying that like he's too attractive to be a comedian.
That's not what he got in trouble.
No, that was one of the things that he got smacked with. Now he also does have my kind of humor. Like I've listened to some of his stuff; it's actually really fucking hilarious. But one of the things they tried to say was like, no, like he's too attractive to be a comedian, and they were somehow trying to twist that into a way that made sense. But this was the sexist feminist. So what was the other reason that you think he got in trouble?
He doesn't want to have a female audience. He was really upset about that.
Hell yeah.
But that's like most of his audience. They came out to see you because you're quote unquote attractive. I don't think he's attractive, but
I think he's got. Well,
they're the ones that are buying your tickets. So you should be nice to the ladies.
I can see that, but no. Hold on. Stop the phones.
Bring.
Negative. Hang that up right now. You should be nice to the ladies just because they want to see you and treat you like a Magic Mike attraction. No, he wants his comedy.
Why is a reason you go to see other
wants
hot girls in it?
He wants his comedy to shine for itself. No, you go to see the action and the story and everything like that. And the fact that there's a hot girl whose tits are hanging out, that's a bonus. That would make the movie better. But you don't go strictly to see a 3-minute sex scene with Sydney Sweeney. That's not why you go to the theater.
Could be.
Well, for a lot of people, for a lot of incels, yes, it could be. But that's not what he wants from the stand-up comedy stage.
It was funny, but it's like, okay, sure.
But look at here. This is how women are, though. A lot of the times, okay, this is how. Okay, well, you're a woman, so you're right here. Sorry, look, a lot of the times. Women will laugh at unfunny men because they want to get into bed with them, because they want the man to like them. So they laugh at all of their jokes. This is proven throughout like the last 40, 50 years of society, probably even longer. And this has been a topic in a lot of comedic sets and a lot of movies and a lot of rom-coms and everything like that throughout a lot of cinematic history. If a woman likes a man, finds him attractive, she will laugh at his jokes whether she thinks it's funny or not. Now, 4 or 5 months down the road, once they've been together for a while, she stops finding the jokes so funny, and then now it's just cringe. We all bitch from day one, so like it doesn't matter. Talking about him and everything like that. Yeah, it's not that he doesn't want a female audience. He wants people that come to hear his comedy, not just to stare and ogle him. He's probably an upstanding guy that doesn't want a bunch of groupies sleeping around. It's like, no, I want to hang out with the bros, tell jokes. Like if I find a decent enough woman, like, yeah, I'll court her and go into a relationship and possibly marry. But I don't want to just be slanging hoes across the hood every night.
Well, I guess you didn't hear about that other thing that he did.
Who knows? That's not even what this is about. Where's my girlfriend?
Hey, you.
Well, the other one, so I can smother you.
Oh, she's in the room.
Either way, the legal guardian of the original Annabelle doll and over 700 other cursed artifacts. So he bought the Ed and Lorraine Warren house. And then that's what Annabelle actually looks like. And that's the movie version. So a lot of people actually don't know that, but what I want to know is why did he choose to buy it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, other than, you just want something like maybe he's really into horror movies because The Conjuring is wrapping up.
So I guess he's into it.
Yeah, but you can't really sell those. I mean, you probably could, but then.
Can you sell a ghost?
Well, you could sell the theory of a ghost. And maybe that's why he's doing it. I don't think he's really doing it for that. I think it's more like he's probably a huge horror aficionado and is like, oh, I get to own this stuff. Maybe make money down the road. It is a giant investment because these stories are known worldwide. It's quite a possibility. I need to keep up with that one. Let me keep that one saved, bookmark, just in case there's a follow-up on it. I didn't know Matt Rife was so rife with controversy. Did you hurt yourself? Good. All right, let's get this one set up. We'll get this one out of the way because I really don't. I am so fucking tired of talking about it and listening to people talk about it. But now I have to do it too because there is a light at the end of this tunnel. We have 3 different things to go through on this one topic, but the light at the end of the tunnel is that it all ends in a giant laugh, point and laugh. I told you so. The box office for Fantastic Four lords over Bad Guys 2 Naked Gun, but suffers sharp decline. I love the way that they just phrase this. It's lording over Bad Guys 2, which has been out for longer. Naked Gun, which is a very the budget is so minuscule compared to Fantastic Four. It's also a straight up R-rated comedy that just came out. Actually, I don't think it got the R rating, but it should have. But a comedy that just came out, but it is slapstick, but suffers a sharp decline. Now, how sharp is that decline? I've heard 66%. I've heard 65. I've heard people go so far as to 80. And I have the box office numbers that we will pull up in a little bit. But it tumbled 66%. Let's just go by this, which we know we don't believe, in its sophomore outing domestically. Sophomore meaning second weekend from opening weekend. This is the weekend before school starts. This should be when parents are taking their kids to get their last hurrah of movies and ice cream and taking them to putt-putt golf. Everyone's coming back from their vacations because school's fixing to start. Let's go see a movie while we get everything ready and their backpacks ready to take them back to school. Nope. Instead, and we'll see this later, Superman actually went up 3%. But for Fantastic Four has dropped at least 67%. Talk about a two-edged sword. Chuck. It's easily stayed atop the domestic box office chart in its second week and with 40 million. 40 million on its second domestic box office is absolutely abysmal. It is abysmal for a movie that needs somewhere around $700 to $800 million to break even. It's not even close. It's not even, as of right now, what is it? Worldwide, it's somewhere around 350 million or 320 million. It's not even going to come close to breaking even with Hollywood standards, which is basically just make your production budget back. It's not even going to hit that, much less what it actually means for what it actually has to take in order to pay off the studios and everyone that was involved in its production and the marketing. Just not going to happen. That's more anyone could have predicted after the event pick opening to 117.6 million last week. Stellar audience and critical reaction. How many? We're going to see this word quite a bit, just so you know. So stay on your toes. Critical reaction. Amid stellar audience. Okay, a lot of people haven't been shitting on it. They haven't said it's great. They said like, oh, it was better than Superman as a film. It was better than Superman, but people are going to go watch Superman more and more often. And that has been shown with the box office. Critical reaction, that doesn't really fucking matter anymore. Rotten Tomatoes is like complete horseshit. IGN is complete horseshit. You do it to gauge some kind of barometer on what's going to happen, like at least as far as reception goes. But you can't really bank on it. At the same time, it isn't entirely outside the range of normal for the superhero genre, and there's still a clear runway ahead before summer ends. But there isn't. There isn't, because everyone's going back to school. I don't think you realize what happens during this time of the year. August is dead meat. It's dead frame. You're not going to get it. They had hoped to clear 200 million through Sunday, but instead, they're not going to hit it. While Superman hit 236.2 million in 2 weeks in its second weekend, to be fair, also competing against Rebirth, where the dinosaurs have ruled it all. I mean, everyone that I know has already predicted that. I think I predicted it on a live stream as well. I was like, okay, Jurassic World is going to make the most. Then I actually thought Fantastic Four was going to do better than Superman, but seems like I'm proven wrong on this. However, we were right that Rebirth is just that's the summer mockbuster that was gonna take the most, and it already has. But they're trying to spin this in so many ways, trying to compare it to the Naked Gun. Like, are you even fucking serious with that? Like this giant tentpole Marvel movie, you're comparing it to a remake of a 1980s spoof comedy movie that cost 10% of the budget to make. Well, I guess that's a giant ass win, isn't it, guys? Let's look at the actual box office and what has happened. This is going to be the daily one that we're picking up. So this is today. So for this weekend, Fantastic Four on Friday from last weekend, down 48%. Friday to Saturday, down 35%. From Saturday to Sunday, today, down 35%. This is as of 11:48 Pacific time. Yeah, it's doing so great, guys. Look at those numbers. It's doing so fantastically. They will try to shove this shit down your throat for as long as they can, but as long as you don't pay attention to it, as long as you don't fall for it, they can't get away with it. And a lot of people have woken up to this stuff because of people that talk about box office numbers like Gary and Ryan Kennel and a lot of people, more people than that, but a lot of people in this sphere that actually break down the numbers for you. Hold My DualShock does a great job at that too. They actually give you the nuance to what is going on versus what is reported. And these trades, they always have a slant and a spin to them. So as long as you know the verbiage that they normally use and you can do your own research and see it for yourself, you can pick it out from a mile away. All right, before we hit the last part about Fantastic Four, let's catch up. Movies nowadays aren't doing as well as they used to. You are 100% correct. And that kind of goes into the last little part of our Fantastic Four diatribe. It actually does, because Ian Gruffudd, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but he played Mr. Fantastic in the original two, recalls the Fantastic Four that made money were being true to the comic. And now this is a giant discussion. They felt that they were being more true to the comic book series than anything else nowadays, because everything nowadays seems to have another slant to it. I mean, Fan Four Stick wanted to be a little bit edgier, with a race swapping and like slight miscasting and everything like that. They thought they were being edgier for like the Zack Snyder fans of the time, whenever that came out, the Josh Trankieites, whatever you want to call them. Now, this one we haven't gone to see it yet because we've been out of town. But from everything that I've heard, and not only with the PR stunts that they pulled before it ever released, talking about how it's going to be more, since Johnny Storm's going to be more sensitive, and then Sue Storm's going to be more of a badass. She's going to take control of the situation. Mr. Fantastic's just going to have to take a back seat because the pregnant bitch is going to have to rule all. She's going to have to be Pregozilla. Now, from what I've heard, it's not exactly how it actually turns out in the film. But when you put that stuff out in your marketing before the movie ever comes out, it turns a lot of people off that don't even want to give the movie a chance. I don't know why they haven't gotten this together yet, why they haven't even put it together in their heads. It's not a jigsaw puzzle. It's two pieces that are flat edges on both sides. Just move them together. Be respectful to the fans. Be respectful to the source material. You'll have a movie that does well, especially when you already have source material to pull from. That's all you have to do. It's perhaps the comic book film's genre's greatest conundrum. How do you crack the Fantastic Four? How would you crack an adaptation of a book or comic book series or TV show that you really love?
Just copy it from the book? I don't know.
Basically, with comic books, there's so many stories, but you have the same characters, and the same characters have continuity within their character.
Was she ever pregnant in one of the comic books?
Yes. So they actually do have Franklin. So here's the thing, though. They take things from comic books over these massive runs. They they take little portions of the character, but don't fully develop the character. They take the parts that they want, and then they change the parts that they don't like. That's what they do. They take portions of the Franklin, of that part of the story, of the Galactus part of the story. They take portions from other parts of Fantastic Four adventures and tales and stuff like that. And they all kind of mishmash together. It doesn't really make sense. There's not a narrative cohesive to any of it. But this is what they do. Is like, we just want Flash. We want to have it in modern day. We won't set it. We don't set the movie in modern day, but it's going to have modern day ideologies and modern day politics. That's not what this movie did. These two movies, because they had the original Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfer, and both of them made money. Now, what they'll try to tell you is that Fanforstic, it's making more money, and it had a bigger opening than both of those movies did. Well, here's the thing: not only inflation, but what they're not looking at tickets sold, because whenever those came out, each movie ticket was about $5.50. What are they now? They're like 15 to 20 bucks a pop. They're not telling you that. They're not doing tickets sold. But anyway, Ian Graffoon, I'm just calling him that, Mr. Fantastic, he's not here to cause distress, disarm, or anything like that. Now, unequivocal, to be fair, does not count. That's most certainly outpaced this older version in terms of critical reception. There's that word that I said we're going to see again. Critical reception. Who the fuck cares? The other ones were fun. They had Jessica Alba, and they made money. They were fun. They also didn't have the entirety of the MCU to fall back on. MCU wasn't a thing back then. It was just a fun superhero movie, and people went to go see it without expectation that it was going to link to a million other different things. It was just a well-made, fun summer movie, and it made fucking money. They forget and they gloss over all of this shit. But the film grossed 3 times its budget and managed to produce a sequel, Rise of the Silver Surfer, which also made money. Now, this does come from IndieWire, which means that whenever they say these kind of things, they are not inflating their words. They know grossed 3 times its budget. It was a moneymaker. And then I'm not going to pull up the box office for any of this, but Rise of the Silver Surfer made profit as well. And what they aren't realizing, and what IndieWire themselves have not even put into there, is that this was back when you had DVD sales and Blu-ray sales, and how much money they made off of those. That this Fantastic Four is not going to make, because physical media has gone away. They're not going to get very much streaming revenue after it's out of theaters. That ship has sailed. So these movies weighed way more than what Fantastic Four is doing nowadays. But anyway, like I said, like, he's not here to like shit on anything. This is what he's saying. We couldn't have known what the future held for Marvel and the appetite for these films and the ability to make them as technology progresses. For us, we felt we were being true to the comic, because the comics aren't as dark and violent as Blade and X-Men. They have a lighter family feel, which is true. This is Marvel's first family. This is one of the oldest comic books that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby made. We believe we were a true representation of what was in their minds when they created it. And what's wonderful is that it still resonates today amongst the tens of movies that are now in the Marvel universe, and it holds up emotionally and technically. I know for the Silver Surfer, it holds up technically against the new Silver Surfer. I know that for a damn fact. However, it's been such a long time since I've watched it. I would have to go back, but I remember having a fondness for them. I knew they weren't great, but they were fun. And I think that's all they were meant to be in the first place. He goes on to say that the tone is a little less serious than many in the MCU, which embrace a certain level of grandeur that recalls the epics of Hollywood yore. Yeah, I agree. They're trying to make everything on way too grand of a scale nowadays, when every single thing is a giant lightning beam from the sky and you're transporting Earth or some other thing. We're transporting, oh my gosh, what is the name of the Transformers homeworld? I keep wanting to call it Megatron, but it's not. I am so embarrassed about that one. I know someone's going to correct me in the chat. What's up, Jana Banana? You bone jockey. Okay, I completely lost my train of thought. What is the freaking name of the Transformers homeworld?
You want me to be your fact checker?
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Anyway, when every freaking little small side character and side tale of comic book movies, they always have to have the giant beam of light in the sky. They always have to be transporting Earth or other planets into Earth's atmosphere or away from Earth's atmosphere. There always has to be this giant world ending thing. It can't just be a contained story, it has to have this scale. That's exactly what he's saying. That's not what it was back whenever they were making the original Fantastic Four, way back with Jessica Alba.
So is the movie called Cybertron or is that
Cybertron, that's it.
okay?
I'm glad it has a chance to exist somewhere because they actually did something. This is back in the day. Now, I'm glad that they left it on the cutting room floor, even though it was shot on pickups. But they were just trying to pay homage to Bryan Singer's X-Men. Like, well, Hugh Jackman at the time when there was no MCU, they did a great job. He did a great job as Wolverine. So let's make a little joke in there because he wanted to turn his wife on. But they did leave it on the cutting room floor. That's basically what I'm going at is with this thing is the original Mr. I say original, but y'all know what I mean when I say this. As far as like modern day original Fantastic Four, he's not holding any grudges, but he can call a spade a spade. He knows exactly why their movies succeeded and why all the new movies are failing. They're just falling head over tits. Yes, Cybertron. I kept wanting to say Megatron and Ultratron. And I was like, I know that's not it. I know they just don't respect the source material at all. You are correct. It'd be funny to see, like, what's the last one that actually respected source material? Like, truly. I don't know. Obviously, the first thing that comes to my mind, it probably is not the last one. But after watching the new Superman, and then I went to watch, I watched Man of Steel, and I was like, it's actually way more close to versions of the comics. Obviously, there are a bunch of different runs of Superman, but I was like, this feels like it actually has heart to it. The new one doesn't. It just has a whiny ass dog.
No, love crypto.
No, we don't. Speak for
Hearts in the chat for crypto.
Yes, eggplants in the chat if you want to slap crypto across the face with one.
Okay, that's bestiality.
No, it's not. It's just a vegetable. Why your mind always go so dirty? Oh man, we're gonna need
In the
to.
chat for crypto.
No, nobody has hearts for crypto.
I don't block me.
All right, guess who's getting blocked? They changed your name. It's not the @ thing anymore.
Yeah.
Oh man, are we ready to get this angry? Superman was terrible after watching it. I thought, what the fuck was that?
I didn't.
Yes, that was. We did an out of the theater reaction. Well, not out of theater reaction. We did an out of the theater review video. I thought exactly what you thought.
I didn't think. Okay, it was like what 2 hours of Superman getting beat up, but there was crypto. So cutie.
Yes, it was absolute. In my opinion, it was absolute horseshit, man. Now it didn't drag, but then it also didn't. It didn't set and let like any of the emotional beats actually stick with you. That's what James Gunn kind of does. Like he can't let sleeping dogs lie. No pun intended, but it was just a mile a minute the entire time. Superman just a little cucked the entire time. I did not like it, but I didn't fall asleep in it. So I gave it a 3 out of 10
because the chairs wouldn't stop moving.
That was kind of fun. All right, yeah. I don't think we didn't say that. We didn't say that in our review. We went to D box because that was the only thing that was open that had good seats.
I hated it.
Yeah,
hated it.
we went on a Wednesday, and it was still sold out. Like 2.5 weeks into its run, it was still sold out. But there was one where you had really good seats, but it had to be D box, and which you can turn those off. I was just like, I've never sat in one of these before. Let's just do it. It didn't bother me.
It bothered me.
Well, you could have turned it down.
Well,
I didn't know there was a heater in the chair, and I was like, "Why the fuck am I sweating?"
I did not have that. But it was just annoying because I'm trying to eat popcorn, and I'm like,
yeah. Will not see Superman again anytime soon.
I don't see why we'd go spend money to go see it again.
Oh, we're not spending money to go see it. I kind of want to go see Naked Gun. Like, if we're gonna spend money,
I pick the next movie.
is it gonna be something that can go on the channel, or are you starting your own channel? This is a serious question.
Why can't it just be a date? You know, just a regular date.
Okay, you tell me what's in theaters that you would want to see.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, you can take me to go see Wicked when it comes out.
Oh my gosh.
Are you just gonna drop me off at the mall?
Who knows? Who knows? Okay, I actually heard that the first one was like,
it's good.
I was like,
it's good.
It's a good movie. Like, it's gay as shit, but like, it's a well-made movie.
Yeah,
which is probably how I'll feel about it. As long as a bunch of 50-year-old bitches ain't singing everything throughout the movie. No, I'm talking about people in the theater.
Oh, no, they don't.
I can watch a movie all day. I can watch musicals. There's a lot of musicals that I do like. I really like. But if I go to see a movie in the theater, I don't want to fucking hear anybody else. I especially don't want them to be singing a bunch of songs out of tune. It doesn't even matter if they're in tune. I don't want nobody singing. Fuck off.
No, they don't. Let me see. I don't know what other movies are out right now.
Or I will be the Karen. I'll let that hair down, shave it into a little flock of seagulls real quick, say some super glue to glue it back on after I'm done bitching. And I'm just like, I want my money back plus some. These stupid ass whores keep interrupting my experience, and I'm paying $20 a ticket. Yep, Gunn not only made his movie horse shit, but he also turned down Brainiac, Metallo, Parasite, and Bizarro for random crap. Yes, you are correct about that too. Randomness. That was one of the things that I said. I was like, man, this whole plot is a complete mishmash of like half-baked ideas. They don't really like work together. They don't run together. And when they all fall apart, Lex Luthor cries like a little bitch. Did not do anybody justice. Nobody. Okay, the only character that was done justice in that entire movie, Guy Gardner and Lois Lane. I think she played a really good version of Lois Lane. And then Guy Gardner, that's how he's supposed to be in the comments. He's supposed to be like the cocky asshole. I think he did a good job with that.
Guess what's in theaters?
What?
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
It's in theaters right now?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'll go see that. I own them all right here, but
yeah, that'd be fun.
I go see that in theaters. Hell yeah.
We were supposed to go watch Revenge of the Sith in theaters, but they only had it in there for like a short period.
I was only on for 2 or 3 days.
I know.
All right, who wants to bitch about musicals? Since she brought up musicals, this is a great segue. This is going to last a long time. That's a tab for later. Oh, gosh.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Whether or not you're Christian, to me, doesn't matter. Okay? I love you either way. We are Christian. But we don't push our beliefs on anybody. However, we have to talk about this absolute blasphemy that is Cynthia Erivo debuting as Jesus in Hollywood Bowl's Jesus Christ Superstar. And co-star Adam Lambert, who was in a season of American Idol, and I think he won, or he may have gotten second place, but a known flaming homo. Now, once again, nothing against homos or anything like that. That this is just a descriptor of him.
What is this?
This is absolute
What is this?
sacrilege. That's what it is.
What is this?
Let's get through. Let's get through some of the article before we just go on an absolute rant. Because okay, so to preface all of this, Jesus Christ Superstar by Andrew Lloyd Webber is actually, it was always supposed to be farcical, which I never agree with in the first place. It's a musical told from the point of view of Judas Iscariot. Now, given that the subject matter, in my opinion, is so somber and trying not to bring holy like into it, but that's our religion, that's our faith, is that it is. It's something that shouldn't be taken so lightly, in my opinion. Now, if you had done this to Muhammad, they would have run a couple more airplanes into the Hollywood Bowl. If you had done this about trans people, they would have run a couple of hundred steaming, 500-pound heifers into that Hollywood Bowl, because they thought when they saw the word bowl that there was a bunch of meat and like it was a bunch of ice cream inside, somewhere around those lines. Well, they still all do have those little nose rings. That the only reason why they're on cows, they put them on bulls so they can make them submit to their will. All right, we're going off way too far into the weeds. Anyway, take it back. The Hollywood Bowl's limited run of production of Jesus Christ Superstar, when kicked off on August 1st and only ran for 3 days, so it ended today, has ignited heated debates across social media and conservative circles. Cynthia Erivo, since we talked about Wicked, this little troll goblin, she has been cast to play Jesus Christ for some reason, because everyone knows that Jesus was a son and a male born to the Virgin Mary. But since she's been in The Color Purple and Wicked, and since it's a musical, well, it just makes sense to just hire people who are musically talented. Well, why couldn't you hire Matthew Broderick or someone like that? Someone who is musically talented and a great actor, and also a male. Doesn't even have to be white. That's not what anybody's worried about. The fact of the matter is that it's a woman. And this whole thing is just spits in the face of Christianity. Now, granted, it was meant to, but the fact that it's being portrayed under such giant budgets in Hollywood and like blasted in your face. Now, I don't care if you have differing opinions from the Christian faith. That's totally fine. That is your right. I will never like shit on you over that. But since I don't blast my faith in your face, you can't blast, or you shouldn't be blasting. I mean, it's just common decency to make fun of it and mock something this solemn and sacred for money, much less at all. Do it in the privacy of your own home. Like, don't be butt fucking in the streets, butt fucking your own home. The casting choice announced in February 2025 has obviously garnered a whole lot of backlash.
Oh, no.
But they're not going to do it. I mean, obviously they weren't going to do it. They knew what they were doing when they did the casting. What's really going to piss you off? Yes, we're not going to watch any of that because, and I'm not going to call for anything like that. Anywho, here's what's really going to piss you off. Let me find it real quick. Here's Cynthia Erivo's response to the controversy, because they had multiple pastors and conservative people. Don Luker's on there. He's someone that we see on Twitter all the time. They had multiple pastors saying like this is absolute, it is a travesty. Erivo has addressed the controversy multiple times, maintaining a lighthearted stance. So when asked with the question why, she basically pulls a JFK. Why not? You can't please everyone. It's legitimately a 3-day performance at the Hollywood Bowl where I get to sing my face off. So hopefully they will come and realize, oh, it's a musical, the gayest place on earth. What does this have to do with Jesus Christ? This bitch is so out of touch. Oh my gosh, I'm about to say a racial slur too. Why not? You can't please everyone. Can you please anyone other than your faggot friends in Hollywood? And I'm sure most of them, like there's a whole like gays, conservative gay group, and they're like quite massive. Like, it's not just your sexual identity does not fucking define you. And it doesn't define your politics, and it doesn't define your faith. It doesn't define any of that.
Musicals are not gay.
Well, it's just a 3-day performance at the Hollywood Bowl where I get to sing my face off. Well, it's trust me, from these little from the things that we've seen with her face is melting off, and maybe it is from the blasphemy, but her face is melting off anyway. Also, this is not really an excuse because you can sing your face off doing all kinds of stuff. You could sing your face off in the car, record it, put it on YouTube, and just because you have a starting role in Wicked, it will get millions of views and you'll get monetized off it. You could do it in so many other ways. Why do you choose to blaspheme the name of Jesus Christ and then just laugh it off? That's one thing. Adam Lambert, playing Judas, defended the casting, saying, well, at least she's not ramming it up my ass. I've got 2 black men that do it for me. Cynthia's brilliant. Her voice, presence, and simultaneous power and vulnerability absolutely blows my mind like I blow my boyfriend. I'm excited by the challenge of presenting the audience with a production led by a female black Why does he put Jesus in quotations? And encourage the audience to expand their minds a bit. Yeah, you should expand your minds into the realm of fantasy. I guarantee that's one way they're going to put it. Well, it's just fantastical in the first place. It's all a bunch of made up trash. So why are you holding on so tightly to it? Well, maybe because the God-given rights for you to have this freedom of speech, that the only reason why you have it in the first place is because the country was founded on Judeo-Christian values. Otherwise, we'd be over there, probably Muslim or still just a bunch of heathens that if you said anything that they disagreed with, they would gut you and eat your still beating heart. Have you ever thought about that? No, you didn't, because it's all about you fucking Philistines. Originally utilizing rock and roll, Jesus Christ Superstar is supposed to provoke and challenge. That's the point. Provoke and challenge. What do you mean? Finger and provide STDs? And shouldn't the teachings of Jesus transcend gender? Jesus actually talks about that, you know. Jesus actually talks about it, and they have no place in the kingdom of heaven. These are the red letters. Maybe you didn't read those lines. Maybe you just skimmed over them whenever you were looking up John 3:16 and things that you can use to take out of context and throw it back in people's faces because you don't actually believe. Supporters, including theater enthusiasts and progressive voices, have pointed out the musical's history of diverse casting. Yes, it can be diverse. No one gives a shit about that. That's not what it's about. These motherfuckers just keep moving goalposts. That's all they do. Past productions featured John Legend as Jesus, a man. John Legend is a man. Who cares? We all know Jesus wasn't white. Who cares? He was a man. He's the Son of God. Full stop. Okay. Sorry. Well, I'm not sorry, but take care.
There for a second.
Take care. I'm a Christian and I'm not okay with this. I have no problem with no one, but they have a problem with us. Just pray for them. I agree with you, man. That doesn't mean I can't rage. I'm not lashing out at specific people, but yeah. Oh, there's more to it. Which one should we start with? Oh boy. Y'all tighten up your jeans. Because Josh Gad, who was supposed to play Herod, King Herod, in all of it, he caught a touch of the COVID and wasn't there. And all right, so this also pissed me off, coming from a Christian perspective. He did make it back for today's performance, but like someone upstairs must have been keeping an eye out for Josh Gad. I hate the fact that this is all blasphemy. And then Deadline, one of the liberal Hollywood trades, starts it off by saying this. This is so disingenuous. It leaves you with an icky feeling. Who appeared to make a miraculous recovery from COVID in the middle of July or at the end of July. Yes, this is definitely flu season, is it not? I wonder how many jabs he's gotten. I wonder how many times he's gotten COVID. But anyway, a miraculous performance in time for Saturday's Jesus Christ Superstar performance at the Hollywood Bowl. How miraculous is it to beat like a cough and a fever? Riddle me that. After missing Friday's opening night due to a COVID diagnosis, during which John Stamos, not Uncle Jesse, no, filled in as King Herod. I guess work where you can find work, but not Uncle Jesse. The Tony nominee made a surprise return to the cast on Saturday to finish out the musical's limited 3-show run. What a joy getting to surprise everyone and stand by side with my incredible and otherworldly cast tonight. Is he calling Cynthia Erivo an alien? Because I can attest to that. Honored to bear witness to this masterclass in musical theater that's led by the finest talents this side of the planet. Why is it getting all planetary with everything? Otherworldly, this side of the planet. Did he just come off of like writing the script for Spaceballs 2 and that's all he's thinking about is stuff and sci-fi things? Possibly. Anyway, he came back. See you all Sunday. He teased it. I wonder if John Stamos actually did a better performance. However, I will never watch this. I never will. But what I am going to subject y'all to right now is a little bit of this. Don't shy away. Don't shy.
It's American. Jesus, I'm overjoyed to meet you face to face. You've been getting quite a name.
Make it stop. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. All right. Why is this nigga chewing gum on stage when it's supposed to be like way back in biblical times? They open him up with all the gold feathers. That you didn't even have to see that.
I didn't have to hear it.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even know what's going on.
I took the brunt of it. Oh, we can play it again. You want to play it again?
I want to hear it.
Okay, well, we'll do it off. We'll do it off air. I am not going to subject y'all to that again. So he opens up with the gold feathers. He's up there. It's supposed to be John Stamos. Instead, you have this fat fuck.
Is it still Jesus?
No, this is King Herod.
Oh, okay.
So this is Josh Gad. You may have been gone for that whole other segment.
I thought that was Elton John. I walked up.
Well, he's trying to channel Elton John. He's chewing gum. The audience, he breaks character to tell the audience to shush. And then he does a little pitch pipe to the person sitting next to him and then continues to sing off key as he steps down and sings to Jesus. Is it easy to see you face to face? You're flat. You're flat, dude. Where are those Tony nominations now? What the fuck was that? How do people still like him? Like, why does he have any clout in Hollywood? I think the best role he's ever been in was The Internship, where he literally played the, what was it, like the CEO of Google, but he didn't say anything. He had 2 lines at the end. He just sat with his headphones on his head and observed. That was his best role ever. Yes, guys, that is actual footage from the Hollywood Bowl. That's what that was.
I can't wait to listen to it later.
I only played them like 10 seconds. I have not watched the entire clip is 4.5 minutes long.
We're gonna watch all 4.5.
I'm gonna go outside.
I'll be outside. I'll follow you.
Nope. I'm gonna get in that car and lock the door.
So put it over to the window. I'm gonna play it on the Bluetooth.
At least we can thank God that, well, okay, so it's in Hollywood, so they probably have one more play that's going on right now. But today it ends. 3-day run.
Oh, it ends. Oh, on Sunday it was a 3-day run. That's kind of convenient.
I know. I wasn't gonna bring that part up. I wasn't gonna bring that part up because I don't think the resurrection is in that play. But then again, I will never watch it.
Why would we watch it?
Well, they made a movie of it like back in the day too. It was a play, then they made it a play movie, and then now they brought the play out multiple times throughout the decades.
Yeah, there's other things to make plays on.
Yeah, like
Anything else?
pretty much anything else.
Anything else?
I mean, hell, like what was it? Hamilton,
Oh gosh.
where they bastardized one of the founding fathers.
Yeah.
They don't have anything original anymore. That's really what everything boils down to. Is there's no originality. They have to take stories that everyone knows already and are beloved because they were well written, or they were just historical and actually happened. But it was just such a great story. They have to take it and they put their modern day bullcrap spin on it. That's what they do. That's the only thing they can do anymore because they can't write for shit. We all saw Velma. We also, or at the very least, we all saw everyone rip apart Velma. White people bad, black people great. Like, well, everyone's great, or everyone has the potential to be great. It's not what you do. It's what you do that matters. I'm being fidgety.
Play with that.
Play with what? The land speeder?
Yeah.
This is a birthday gift. And it has Luke and C-3PO in it. And it is old as crap. Let's see if it has a copyright date on it. Or, you know what I mean. 1978. Oh my gosh. So this actually is a vintage one. This is from 1978. Luke's land speeder with C-3PO.
Oh, sorry.
Oh man. Well, guys, I don't have any more topics. If y'all feel like chatting about anything in the comments section.
Does anybody want to see my Lego set that I built all by myself?
Yeah, go show them the one that you built
I built it all by myself.
She totally never lies about anything.
No, I'm not lying. I did do it by myself.
She's super excited. Oh, this is also something that well, no, it just got given to us.
I built it.
But it's a Jedi Starfighter.
We got R4 in there. And then we got, is this on the right way?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's how it opens in the movies too.
Obi-Wan. I don't know their name. Oh, doesn't this actually shoot stuff?
Yes, it does. Now you have to go find them.
No.
Yeah, it actually shoots. And also, she built like a quarter of it.
That's not true.
And then I built the rest. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What to say after that monstrosity? I'm assuming you are talking about the Josh Gad thing. I have no clue, man. I am so glad that I saved that for last because I actually am like, I'm just brain farting all over the place. I have no words to say. Night Saber, what is going on, man? How the hell are you? Bruh, yeah, so I'm just completely, it's almost like I'm done with it. Well, no, there's only so much bigotry I can take before I'm just like, ooh, I need a shower and drink a beer, read a comic book where girls are getting fucked and people are getting their heads blown off, watch a horror movie. I don't know. I need something with that testosterone in it. What's up, man? We missed you in Belton. I don't know how, you don't have to tell anybody. I don't know how close you live to Texas, but we just came back from the Comic-Con yesterday. I will say I did not expect it to be that big because Belton's a very small place.
No, that place is huge.
So
They
when
got horses there.
yeah, so in Dallas, Ripa had actually told me, he's like, we haven't announced it yet, but we're going to this place. It's like, okay, cool. I won't tell anybody. I thought it was going to be like relatively small. That place is fucking massive. It spanned across like 4 buildings, and they were all big ass buildings. There was a ton of people there. It was fun though. Really fun. Really fun.
I was kind of sick though.
Would go again. Yeah. But she didn't get sick from the con crud. She woke up that morning feeling a little raspy throated. But it's gone now. Tolerance for bigotry is high, but a breaking point for all. Yeah. You ain't wrong, bro. Oh, okay, I got you. Dang, you came a long way whenever we met each other in Dallas. Or was it Dallas or San Antonio? San Antonio, because we went to the theme park together. Yeah. I didn't know you lived that far away, man. Oh. Oh.
What?
I feel like there was some news I had to share.
What?
I don't know. I can't remember. Your first meetup ever, brother? I hope you enjoyed yourself. We tried to, I mean, that's basically what this community is all about. Like, the people who can drive, like, yeah, dude, hop in my car. We got you. We'll all go together. Like, if you want to spread your wings whenever you get into the place, fine, go ahead. If you want to hang around, like everyone's cool with it. Night Sabers saying greetings. She was not with us back then, so she doesn't know who you are. But I know who you are. Oh yeah. So basically, we're done with the topics. Unless something else just pops off, but I kind of don't think it will. And I'm not really looking either. That whole Josh Gad thing just threw me for a loop, and we're kind of done with all that kind of stuff there. But yeah, the channel's going to be going back to its normal output. I think 9 or 10 days, however long that it's been since I posted anything. I think 9 or 10 days is a good time. We went on an actual vacation, got the fuck out of this place for a little bit. And now I'm rejuvenated. Time to hit it hard again.
Can I set up your desk?
True. Yes, I'm officially moved into her place now. So
And they were roommates.
Yeah, now we're actually living in the same spot, so I don't have to keep moving the setup back and forth from things, and then just like I don't feel like doing it. I just won't make a video today. Like,
no, I mean the only thing you have to do. I don't have a chair, but I guess you just pull the desk out and you can sit on the bed.
yeah, I could do. There's plenty of ways. I just go grab something.
Yeah. I just don't know where I'm gonna put all of my dog's toys.
That's the least of our worries. But now home base is officially set up, so we're gonna go back to the grind.
He's stuck with me forever.
Woo!
Yay.
You'll find her in a plot underneath about half acre of corn.
I guess I'm giving back to the world.
Yeah, I don't know what your credit score looks like, but around there, it's basically like your deposit has to be $500 on a credit card only, and then you just pay for that. But you can get rentals for really fucking cheap. But the deposit they make you put on top of it. $100 a day. Yeah, you're probably gonna if you ever choose to do that again, you're gonna have to. It's a bit of a gamble because you have to know that you're going, or at least plan on going, and then get it like a couple months in advance, so you'll have the normal pricing. But then also remember that they only take credit cards, and they're gonna add a little bit of a deposit on there, so you basically need a minimum of $500, like completely free and open, and sometimes more than that. Now that you'll get it all back, but Wait, did I miss something?
Yeah, you said you were gonna kill me.
Oh. No, I just said you'll find her underneath about a half acre of corn. Who knows?
Just munching away.
Maybe she loves corn.
I do.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. Also, I have learned from our good buddy, Words of Paradise, Leon. Not something I've learned, just something that I've seen. He does not censor himself, whatever he says, certain slurs. So, and he's way bigger than me, and he hadn't gotten taken down. So, until I get a strike on it, I'm not gonna. At least on my live streams, I'm not gonna stop myself from saying it either. Don't worry, it's the risk that I take, not the risks you take. I hear the clicking. I just wonder if it's one of those ones where you can. I don't know. It's a toy from 1978.
It seems like it's one of those Happy Meal toys, though. Like when it was like cool.
Yeah, but still, it's from the original run, so I am not going to F with
existed. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where you want to put it. I cleared off my whole dresser for you to put it somewhere.
Are you my lawyer? I advise you to say less. Whatever, faggot.
If I'm not in the next stream, you know what happened to me. Start searching cornfields.
Ah ha ha ha. Well. It'll take a little bit for the corn stalks to grow up. So if you're searching cornfields, they'll look completely over you.
Some of them are dead.
The lawyers. What lawyer am I listening to?
You just said, "Are you my lawyer?"
Yes, he said he's better than the ones that I'm listening to now. But he's the one that said it. Lex said both of them.
I'm your lawyer.
That's why I'm confused. I need a lawyer. That's a great Pete Holmes joke. Anyway, so about Nick Rekieta. Speaking of lawyers, how did that dude come out on top? Not that I wanted him to fail, but just anyway, I hope he's doing better. I'm not here to talk shit. I'm not here to drama farm.
I am.
Do you know anything about something to drama farm about? The only thing that pisses me off is EVS, and I don't even want to talk about him. That's not what this is about.
No, don't.
He is doing better. I've seen him a couple times. So he's come on Camelot stream at least once. I think he came on twice. Once with just him and Cammy. I think him and Cecil and Cammy were on one time since everything happened. And I've seen that he's started to go back to streaming, but quite honestly, I just don't know and don't care. Because I used to like him, and when I found out all that stuff, it's not like I'm judging him or anything like that. It was kind of just, I'll keep you at an arm's length. You know what I mean? So you see that NVIDIA is trying to ID gatekeep their G card software now. No, I have not. Which is crazy because I have NVIDIA GeForce. So what does that mean for like the everyday users? I mean, I know you're way more tech savvy than I am. I'm just a plug and play kind of guy. Does that mean anything for people who already own NVIDIA cards and everything, or? Someone we could look up on a more technical term. He's more back to his own style, his old style, but with no drinking. So still cocaine and hookers, just no booze. I'm just kidding. It wasn't hookers, he was swinging. Good luck updating software without uploading an ID for age verification. Really? And that's not just, I know they're trying to push that shit out in the UK. They're trying to do that here in the States. Is that even legal? There has to be a workaround of some kind. But all that UK stuff is more about like sites with content that the government deems unnecessary. I'm not even talking about just porn, like anything that their government disagrees with. They'll do age verification on it, including and up to mature video games. I will definitely here. Let me bless you. Where's my phone? I'm going to text myself your Nightsaber. I'm going to text myself your little thing so I can. Let me look into that more. All right, damn. I'm just going to put it in a different tab. There we go. I got that saved for later. Seems like everything is trying to jump on this shit right now. Well, so the reason why there's a lot of reasons why I can see why they're trying to jump on it. First of all, I mean, the obvious thing, data collection. They want to know everything about you at all times. It's all about power, season control. Like we already know that. Second thing about it, I think the way that they'll try to sell it, not only for the safety of children, because now they care about the kids, they'll also try to have it on the back end that, yes, tracking and data. Yeah. What was the other thing? Is protect the kids, and then they're also going to try to sell it as like, this is how we can verify that it's not AI, so we can verify it's a real person. That's the way they'll try to sell it to you. Well, this is how you know you're not getting scammed. It's like, well, niggas been getting scammed by real people for like decades and decades. Like that doesn't really mean anything, but they'll try to sell it that way. Just protect the kids, and now we can verify this is a human being.
Yeah, but everybody gets a fake ID to go to the bar. You can't tell me you can't get a fake ID to log into something.
Well, that's actually funny because there have been people that have been using like GTA 5 like ID photos and like stuff from Metal Gear Solid, and they'll use that as their ID photo, and it like the AI takes it and accepts it. So they've been getting through that way. Like obviously they're just gonna crack down more unless people fight back. But yeah, it is definitely something to keep your eyes on. Nice data you got there. Let me just help myself. No doubt. If I have to put my driver's license in for anything, I better damn well know exactly where that shit's going. Also, nobody should need my driver's license or my ID card. No, only the people I pay bills to should have my debit card information. And that goes straight through my bank. You already have it. You already know it.
I don't know it.
No, you're not getting my fucking driver's license number or my state ID or anything like that. Just to visit
we need your phone password,
just to visit a fucking website. Hell no. You're not gonna do it. The websites that are trying to use this will watch their traffic completely tumble off a cliff. Oh, they automatically went bankrupt, or they're signing like giant ass mergers. Maybe that's what actually is gonna happen. It's a way of tanking things so that they all do giant mergers and then become even bigger conglomerates than they already are. It'll just be a monopoly of monopolies. Now we're getting down territory of conspiracy theories. But I just love how half of the Alex Jones conspiracy theories are absolutely true.
Turning the fucking frogs gay.
They actually did do that. It actually was true. Oh yeah, they are actually changing their, hermaphroditic nature. The background. Oh, thanks, man.
Oh, I actually wanted to talk to you about that. All right. So for
Hermaphrodites?
no, the background. For the next one, I'm gonna need you to do something else. This isn't my vibe.
It's not your vibe. It's not your channel.
Well, you want me to be on your channel?
Well,
No, don't do it. Do not do it.
can always go with this one. You are in the way of Tifa. This is ultimate uwu. You got to get closer to me.
No.
Well, I got a pillow right there.
All right.
I thought you wanted a different background.
I want to pick it. I don't want this one.
Oh, now you don't want this one. Okay. Well, this one's always good.
Why can't you just make a new one for me? Be a cornfield.
You want it to be a cornfield, but you won't be in the picture. You'll be under it.
Oh, that's true. I don't know. We have some time to talk about it.
Yes, and I have time. I have plenty of time to disregard all your comments about
Then
it.
I'm never coming back. This is the last time you'll ever see me.
Bye, guys. Love the back. Sorry. It's an end around the Constitution by using corporations to do their work. Yes. 100. Exactly what it is. And money is constantly changing hands and being laundered in between with the selling, reselling, and all that, and stockpiling of personal information and data and bank records and all that kind of shit. They're literally trying to triangulate you at all times and all points of your life. And the thing is, we're so dependent. We're so dependent on the internet and being connected and everything like that we'll gladly click accept or yes, and we'll just simply comply with it because we're too lazy. It's a short run, lady Malty, Miss Malty, which she goes by. Too bad. Take a deep breath. Hermaphrodites. Diddy them titties. Hermaphrodites have a little something for everyone. I know, right? They have two kind of different things for themselves. What are you trying to do?
I don't know. I'm going to break your wrist.
Okay. Good luck. Wait, here's another
No.
DV.
I said no.
I'm not. I was just holding your hand. You're the one that's trying to do stuff.
Prove it.
Prove what? Yeah. You do realize we're live on the internet. Okay.
I haven't annoyed you in an hour and 33 minutes.
You've annoyed. No, okay. I shouldn't say that. You've annoyed me for an hour and 33 minutes. We're going to get out of here, guys. I think we've been out for a while.
Oh, we got to go check the mail.
More live domestics. Check the mail. I'm not doing that tonight.
I have to go walk, and I'm not going to walk by myself.
Well, you need exercise.
Okay, well, I'm going to take the dog.
Okay.
But you want me to go by myself? That's fine. Okay.
As your lawyer, I always think it's funny when the strength is just amusing. She tries so hard. Give her some props for something. She literally tries so hard, and I just move one hand, like one finger. Go ahead. Try. Anyway, next week on Self-Defense with Malty and Miss Malty. Thank you everyone for coming out. Night Saber, Miss Deborah Perkins, Lex Ludendi. Is it Ludendi or Ludendi? Because how many times have we met in person and I keep saying something different? Sergeant Giratina, voice protagonist was here. Someone else. Let me scroll all the way up.
Oh, wait a minute. We forgot something.
What do we forget?
Somebody
Wayfarer.
had a birthday this week. Should sing them happy birthday.
I think we should kill anybody who sings me happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Bye, guys. Multi from Mouth of Multi. This is Miss Multi. She's about to die.
Birthday